All right, listen. This is for you. This is for anyone who feels like life has just blocked you at every single turn. If you're facing a huge setback and that little voice inside is starting to whisper that it's time to give up, I need you to listen to me. Really listen. Because this right here, this is your roadmap to victory. So let's start with a core idea, something we've got to get straight right from the beginning. Those difficulties you're facing, they are not your enemies. They're not there to crush you. Think of them more like a wake-up call. They've shown up to awaken a strength inside you that you never even knew you had. First, we have to talk about that feeling. You know the one. That moment when it feels like every single door has slammed shut, every path is a dead end, and you're just left standing in the dark. And look, the world outside can get overwhelmingly dark. That's a fact. But you gotta remember, all that external darkness, it's temporary. The only light that really truly matters, the one that's gonna guide you through any night, is the one you carry inside. As long as that inner lamp of resolve is still burning, no night can last forever. So what happens if you fall? What if you feel like you're completely breaking down? Don't panic, don't despair. You have to understand that sometimes breaking down isn't the end. It's actually the beginning. It's the demolition that has to happen before you can rebuild yourself into something so much stronger than you were before. Now, this brings us to a huge shift in perspective, a total game changer. Your biggest struggle isn't with the obstacles out there in the world. Nope. The real battlefield, the place where the war is actually won or lost, is inside your own mind. Let's just break this down for a second. On one side, you've got all that external noise, right? The world's criticism, other people's doubts, a million distractions a day. That stuff just pulls you off your path. But on the other side, you've got your inner voice, that quiet, calm resolve. Your truth. That's your compass, and it's the only guide you'll ever need. And that's the secret, isn't it? Victory doesn't just happen out in the world. It has to be won on the inside first. The success that everybody else sees later on, the award, the promotion, the finish line, that's just a reflection of the battle you've already won inside yourself. So, we've got the mindset right. Now, let's get practical. How do we actually build that inner victory? Well, it doesn't come from some huge heroic leap. It comes from something much quieter. It comes from the power of a little. Just look at how this builds. Forget about conquering the whole mountain tomorrow. Focus on today. Can you walk a little? Can you learn a little? Can you change just one small thing? All you have to do is move forward a little bit. That's it. Because those tiny steps, when you do them day after day, they add up to massive, massive victories. Please never forget this. The world loves to look at a final result and call it overnight success. But you and I, we know the truth. Real, lasting success isn't sudden at all. It's born in the quiet moments, in the discipline of those small, consistent efforts you make every single day, especially on the days you really don't feel like it. And now, let's talk about what might just be the hardest part of this whole journey, the wait. You know, that period when you're putting in the work, you're making those small efforts every day, but you see absolutely nothing changing. This farmer analogy just explains it perfectly. Think about it. First, the farmer sows the seed. That's all your effort. Then comes the long period of watering and waiting. That's your patience. And here's the most important part. While it looks like nothing is happening on the surface, underneath the ground the roots are growing deeper, stronger. That's you. You're building resilience. And only when that foundation is solid will the harvest, your result, finally break through. So remember that when you're in the middle of that wait, that moment when you feel the most pressure, when you are absolutely convinced that it's not working and you were this close to giving up, that is so often the exact moment right before your breakthrough. The sunrise is coming. So from this day forward, let's completely redefine the word struggle. It is not a punishment for failing. It's preparation. The whole process, the work, the wait, the doubt, it's all forging you into the person who is actually strong enough and wise enough to handle the success you're fighting for. And this all leads us to the final, and I think the most important idea of all. We have to change our very definition of victory. See, it's not some destination you arrive at. It's about who you become along the way. When it's all said and done, sure, the world will see the result. They'll see the trophy, they'll see the finish line, the success. That's all they can see from the outside. But you, your soul, knows the real story. It remembers every single step, every moment of doubt, and every ounce of strength it took just to keep going. This right here, this is true victory. It's found in those quiet moments nobody else sees. It's in the times you could have quit, but you didn't. The times you got knocked flat and you chose to get back up. It's in the simple fact that you refused to break. It's in the strength you built in private when no one was watching and no one was cheering. That is the real prize. Because in the end, the greatest victory isn't holding the trophy. It's in looking back at the journey and knowing that after everything that was thrown at you, you refused to stay down. You just kept going. That's it. That's the whole ballgame. So I'm going to leave you with this one question to carry with you. Forget about the outcome for a second. Forget about winning or losing, and just focus on this. After all the struggle, who will you have become? Because that person, that is the only victory that truly matters.